We are here in Monroe, Oregon for part 2 of the podcast. We interviewed Riley King, Vietnam and Iraq Wars veteran, one of the only people to try to join the French Foreign Legion and be too violent for it. But now we're here with Tommy Houston and Bill Woodkey, and these guys are pretty much the driving force behind the VFW here in Monroe.
Pretty much, no. We are absolutely 100% the driving force behind.
So I know you guys are responsible for putting all the flags up on Memorial Day and Veterans Day. You guys have really done a lot with the community. So we are Rogue Cell, yes, but we are produced by Together with Veterans. And Together with Veterans is actually an organization in response to the 22 suicides a day. The VA is like, hey, we want to stop this, but we need your help. You're a community in a rural area. Here's the tools and the backing and support you need to do it. You guys figure out how to do it. And Brad and I were like, well, why don't we travel around the state and talk to people having problems? You guys have a lot of, not you guys individually, but you've seen a lot. You guys were leaders.
We take care of a lot of issues in the area.
And so we can get this out and talk to people. People say, not only can I get through the problems that I'm having, but I can be a positive force in helping others that might be having these problems.
Right.
So what have you guys been doing on that front?
Well, let's go back to the beginning. We are the VFW, Veterans of Foreign Wars, Post 3957 in Monroe. So we are a very agrarian farming community, and we have a high number of veterans, with an unusually high number of veterans, given my city's population of 680. So when Bill and I took the VFW post over, that would have been about 8-9 years ago.
Yeah, it was.
Wow, was it that
was
long?
Pretty much
there was
dying.
3 old guys around a table, and they would do their.
So now there's 5 old guys.
Oh no, we actually are one of the bigger posts actively, as far as we run about 25.
I know. Somehow I'm a member.
No. We have, as far as active members that show up and do this stuff, we got about 25 guys. So we're beating some of the larger posts.
Yeah.
We don't have an actual building. We don't have a bar. We don't have any of that awkward overhead, which is causing a lot of these other post problems. So my focus gets to be on projects.
Right.
And 99.9% of all the funds we raise go directly to that issue with that veteran, instead of trying to keep my bar open and my building open, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, so that's the problem that Brad and I have been seeing going around. A lot of these posts just turned into a drinking club for vets. And a lot of them, we joined the one in Astoria, but the thing was, and it was more of a place that people were drinking, and most people in there are not veterans. I mean, they have Sons of American Legion. Right. You don't have to be a veteran. But it's just a place for cheap beer. And I know the one in Seaside is doing a lot of good stuff, but a lot of it's just like what you're talking about. They're not active.
A big piece in my understanding, a big piece of why those posts are not active is they're really old, they're antiquated, and they've got, Korean War veterans are now the old guys. Most of the World War II guys have passed on. So it's Korea and Vietnam. The Vietnam guys at this point are Riley's age. They're not physically strong enough anymore to go and do these.
He's going to punch you. Riley's right here. He's going to fucking punch you in the head.
I can run.
I can.
It's more like a trundle, but yeah. So at any rate, a lot of these posts have turned into this survival mode because they have the building, they have their little canteen, and they have to spend all of their efforts in financing that building to stay open. Therein lies the problem. They don't.
Well, I will tell you this for mostly our listeners, like most of the VFWs and American Legions get tax exemption for property tax.
Correct.
So they really, the only bills they have is if they want to pay a bartender and building maintenance, which most of them don't do at this point.
Some of them they're on the hook for that bar.
Uh-huh.
And so they have to pay the taxes.
Yeah, there's bills there. Yeah.
So there's bills and there's overhead to keep that building,
but not as much as a regular business.
No, of course not.
That's a whole other conversation.
But yeah, that's definitely a whole other conversation. But those guys are focused on trying to keep the building up, lights on, functioning, whereas we have no overhead that way. So we get to do things like take care of, a guy who needs a trailer. We can find some of these solutions.
You have done that?
A couple times.
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
At this point, 3.
Wow.
And the last.
So you found veterans who were struggling.
Yeah.
We don't
find them. They find us.
They find us.
Yeah.
We're not hard to find.
This may come as a shock to you, but we are a little on the loud side.
Well, you guys, on that note, you guys have been doing stuff that most VFWs and American Legions haven't been doing. You actually have embraced better new technology.
Correct.
Social media.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so let's talk about that.
So it's again, it's a simple game. If we look at who the veterans are now, a lot of they're kids. We have to embrace them instead of pushing off. I've gone to many district and state meetings where I suggested or implied, hey, if you get onto any one of these social media apps, start putting your information out there, the pay, the Square account, the Venmo, Apple Pay, all of these. Do you know how much more money you can rake in if you make it easy?
Do you guys get the money that you raise?
Yeah, we do. We put it in the post and then we spend it.
So when we did that with the American Legion, it wasn't that way. We gave all our money up. We had to. We had some money to pay stuff.
No, if you can set up your own account. We have our own bank account, and I can set up the Square so that if you swiped your card on my Square, it goes directly into our post bank account. So
as opposed to the state leadership,
right?
Okay.
No, they take their shakedown money in different ways. And yes, we call it shakedown money because let's be entirely honest.
And it's the truth.
So the fact that we actually to their face, to the state commander's face, I'm like, dude, we paid our shakedown money. You don't need to hit us for any more.
Because when I took over as the post commander for American Legion in Portland, they were still paying cash, everything.
Right.
And the bartender got paid out of the till at the end of the night what they deserved. They thought they got how hard they worked that day. And when I took over, like, hey, let's do this crazy thing called Wi-Fi and get like debit card.
Right.
And they're like, it's a fad. We don't need Wi-Fi. I'm like,
that's my point. So all these younger kids who don't want to do the traditional paper application, they would rather do the app on the phone. I can take their money instantly. They just want clean, simple answers instead of this long, circuitous, drawn-out, old-style paperwork process. Because my post has embraced that and we've done these things, I've got younger, more vibrant members that are willing to go out and do these things. Some of these younger kids, if you give them the chance to do what the VFW is supposed to do, they're happy to do it. They just don't want the crap. They don't want the culty, wear the stupid hats and the shirts and the Optimus Orifice cannabis, rock me Amadeus, eat me I'm a Danish. They don't want that crap. They want.
So you guys didn't wear the hot dog hats?
No.
The hot dog vendor hats?
No, because we were the last generation to have them. And no matter your whole platoon, every person wore a different, and they were always wrong, no matter how you wore it. So why go through that again?
Yeah, and at the end of the day, most of these kids who've just come out are now eligible for the VFW. They don't want to wear uniform crap anymore.
No.
Haven't we done that work enough?
You actually
already?
Want to stay away from the ones that do want to wear all that.
Yeah,
shit.
because those are the weird ones. Those are, But when we have our meetings, it's sort of a round table. We do meet Robert's Rules of Order, barely, but we do.
But you do. So when do you meet?
Second
around
Wednesdays.
This table here?
No, second Wednesdays at what used to be the American Legion Hall. So the city, this is where we are in sort of an acrimonious relationship, is they've decided to take away our free use of the American Legion building in Monroe, and they're going to turn it into a community center. And we are now authorized 1 hour a month, whereas we traditionally, from the time the American Legion sold it to the city of Monroe, in the paperwork was the caveat that the veterans organizations and the Boy Scouts were allowed to use the building not on somebody else's time, but in perpetuity, and we had free access to it.
So they don't want to give you a key.
No, we have a key.
We have a key.
We're just not allowed to use it for anything more than 1 hour a month.
Why is it being used?
Man. No, that's just how the city.
That's empty, but that's a whole different story.
Yeah, we would be the only other organization that uses the building outside of the city. The city is now using it for their city council meetings. But
I have no doubt.
The city of Monroe.
Yes, the city of Monroe.
Well, I did email the mayor of Monroe saying, hey, we're going to be down there. We'd love to talk to you. I never got anything back. But
well, if you did mention my name or the VFW's name.
I had no idea you guys were beefing, and I did mention both the VFW and Tommy Houston. So.
It's not so much beefing as more as the VFW guys are kind of bullying them because it started off with a quick story is the bricks. So there used to be a brick factory here in Monroe, and the city has been sitting on this 2 pallets of Monroe manufactured bricks since 1982. I asked if I could have those bricks so that I could have every veteran's name engraved from the area, not just Monroe, but from the area, all the little surrounding towns as well. And I wanted to have this little sitting pathway park with a few park benches. They told me to pound sand.
Oh man, and that sounded awesome too.
It would have been awesome, yeah, because we started raising money.
Bricks,
Monroe made bricks for Monroe veterans, and there's a little empty lot right next to the museum downtown Monroe, and it's 2 cars parking stall wide, but it's long. You can make this cute little thing, pretty innocuous. It's a crap. Visually, it's kind of crappy looking now, but I didn't want to build anything up. I just wanted to landscape it and do a pathway.
Yeah.
They, at a city council meeting, first, we asked to be put on their agenda. They failed to do so. We showed up. They gave us our 3-minute block of time in the very beginning. So where I could just say something. And I did with my hat in my hand. And
that's really difficult for you to limit yourself to 3 minutes.
It is.
I know. I've known you for a while.
Very difficult.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, we did go through this and I did make my pitch and I did it in under 3 minutes. And they looked at us and said, no, we're not going to help you guys out. And then I asked if I could buy the bricks and they said, no, they're just going to keep them. That was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And they're still there?
They're still there, unmoved.
You know, I don't want to make this a gripe session. I want to focus on the positive.
Right.
But I do want to say when we were trying to turn so we went to Eric Scott McKinley's skate park in Corvallis last night just to check it out. And I remember during one of the city council member meetings there, somebody asked, like, so are we just going to name every park after another dead soldier? And like, Eric's mom was sitting right there.
Yeah,
like,
I couldn't believe it.
Like, what the?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, you have to understand that some towns do not support the military and or the veterans. And we have lost our personal identities. We're now just part of the big machine. So people like that exist still today. In front of Eric McKinley's mom, they just viewed him as another killer of people. He no longer is a human being. So you have to understand that we're still going to deal with that for the rest of our lives.
Well, it's gone a long way since what Riley was talking about.
No, it hasn't.
I think, we're not getting spit on.
The hell?
You're getting spit on?
When I came home, I got spat on. When I came home on leave from when we were in Iraq, the first tour thing, I came home during the election cycle and I had everybody's ballots and I went and dropped them off at the Benton County Courthouse. Yes, I got spat on.
Holy shit.
Yes, I was in DCUs.
Yeah.
Yeah, those people are still out there, but they're not as bad.
No, well,
there's a whole underside of America that still supports the veterans. They're just the quiet guys and girls.
I disagree because this cell phone in my hand right now allows a lot more of those people a bigger, broader voice. And at this point, they're uglier because they can hide behind their computer and they're not saying it to my face as much anymore. But
are you getting blowback through social media?
I get some. 90% of it is really positive and forward, but I do get a lot of that baby killer. You guys they send a lot of that. I'm going to say maybe 2 to 3%. So yes, I do get it. And they are loud. Some of the positive things that we do, and we do this because we're talking about veteran suicide and because we're talking about some of these issues in the rural community. The biggest problem is going back to the basics, life, limb, and eyesight. Let's take care of those guys' needs first, because if you can get the emergent issues taken care of, that provides him that solace that he needs so that he can talk about the emotional portion. Right. What we have forgotten about is...
You're talking about the younger vets now?
I'm talking about all of them. Oh. Not just the younger vets, but the older guys too. Uh-huh. If I can find a way to get that guy's bill paid, that need met, so that he's not in crisis mode anymore.
You guys pay a lot of bills for guys?
We do some here and there. It's not as much as you think. It's more. I'll touch base on that, but let me finish this thought process. I take care of the emergent issues first. That allows this guy enough breathing room so he can talk about his PTSD, his other issues that are keeping him awake at night, and what's causing him all these problems that would push him to that window.
It's a hierarchy of needs. You guys meet the basic shit. Yeah.
So you start with this, and that allows us to meet that mental crisis. Mm-hmm. People have forgotten that. And I think the reason why I'm successful, and it sounds horrible, but we go after those emergent needs first. Yeah. And that gives this guy the break he needs, and then we can talk. So I feel like we're pretty darn successful as far as being, those people that you can come to for, your mental health. Uh-huh. It's not a matter of a counselor anymore, and it's not a matter of picking a side. And
you're talking about peer support, maybe?
I am definitely talking about peer support
and trust, because if you can help them with one need, then you start building the trust, and then the next thing you know, you bump into each other at coffee, and you actually get to know each other, and then you find out that, oh yeah, I'm not alone.
Right, getting guys to go back to where they can self-advocate is a huge thing for military and veterans. We were the best, the brightest, the sharpest, the most hegemonic type A. And now we come back and we become veterans. Now we're broken little sad cripples and we don't get to advocate for ourselves. That is such an enormous crisis mentally for a guy who used to be the toughest thing on the planet.
Oh, I say all the time, a lot of PTSD, the problems from PTSD comes from loss of identity.
Exactly.
You can't
and
be that guy anymore.
The ability to advocate for yourself. So what we do with my little, I'm going to help you out, but you owe me. Yeah. What does that mean? You need to help me the next time we come across a guy. If you have that skill set, I'm giving him back his strength of character, because we all in our baseline personalities need to help somebody.
I think so.
This is exactly who we are.
Especially military members.
Yeah. So if I can give this back to a guy, because it definitely does a lot for me, for my psyche and my mental health, is my ability to help a guy makes me feel good about myself, and it gives me back that agency. So I think this is a huge portion. And I think the civilian mental health community has no idea what this is like.
Yeah.
No.
They approach this veteran as a broken, sensitive, and I don't want to say, Zoomer, millennial, but they're all very sensitive and they want to be taken care of. The last thing a veteran wants is to be viewed as a broken weakling. That is one of the most hated things on the planet. And that's what pushes quite a few guys to that edge of suicide. I used to be awesome, and now I'm treated like crap, and I'm viewed as weak and delicate, and I cannot take care of myself. It's just my opinion. So how Monroe takes care of this is we make this guy part of his own solution. If, like Charlie, for example, I'm not going to use his last name, but one of the local guys, Vietnam era guy, he's one of the last
tin cans. Vietnam vet, and his name was Charlie.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
That's awful.
So he
was a Navy guy. It's okay.
He was a tin can sailor. He went up the Mekong, and so he lived probably one of the most Spartan lives. He's classic rural veteran issue. So he came back from his tour in Vietnam, and he went back to working the farm fields, throwing handpipe, and he got paid under the table. So his entire life was just as a farm worker. So there's no Social Security. There's no medical benefits for this cat.
Yeah.
He's not eligible. He never paid into it, so he's not going to be in the system. So with what little money he was getting, I think it was like $750 a month. He was living off that. That was his rent, his food, his bills, everything.
Yeah.
The small apartment complex in the town decided.
This is the first guy you got a trailer for.
Yes.
Yes.
So they kicked everybody out of this apartment complex. And now I've got this 72-year-old veteran who had both of his knees replaced. He is dependent on a walker. He's now homeless, and he came to a post meeting, and it was horrible because he's never asked for a damn thing.
Yeah.
And when we found out just how Spartan and just run down he was living, it broke my heart. So we decided we were going to fix this problem, and we did a huge social media blast on Facebook and some of the other social media platforms for a fundraiser. We bought him a trailer. This is one of the craziest, coolest stories on the planet. So Bill and I ran around the community looking for campers, and we could not afford. Everybody was really proud of their equipment, and they wanted $10,000 and $20,000 for garbage. So one of the guys in Junction City gave me a business card for an organization called Hope on Wheels.
Yeah.
Dave Strahan is.
I know Dave.
Well, so I know Dave in a different capacity, because when I called him, he gave me his backstory. He said, "Hey, man, I'm doing this because I lost my stepson in Iraq, up in the Taji area, and he was with the National Guard." And it started putting everything together. It was Kenny Lyston, who was in my platoon.
Yeah.
This is his stepdad. So we're both, I'm getting goosebumps right now just thinking about it. So he decided he was definitely going to help us, and he broke his damn neck to get us probably one of the nicest trailers that he could put together in a short amount of time. We did the big reveal. We all got together, Kenny's mom, stepdad, and we all did the huggy cry thing because it was rather emotive, but.
And overdue.
Oh, way overdue. So, yeah, we got him the camper. We moved him into the local RV park here because Charlie's lived here his entire life. If I took him away from.
He would be lost. He would be flapping.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey guys, I'm going to take a pause. I've got a VFW issue happening right now. So I don't stop. Keep it going. Talk to Bill, but I got to take this one.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about Bill. Bill Whitkey is the only person I've ever seen whisper scream somebody through a second-story window.
Oh, I gotta hear about this.
In England. That guy's name was Morford. Everybody's got a Morford.
Oh, yeah. They all do.
Every unit has a Morford.
Yeah, sometimes I'm the quiet guy, but sometimes I just get irritated. And my thing is, don't ever mess with my guys because that's crossing the line.
Bill was he was the king of the Tri One. He says everything is a retention issue. How many times did you re-enlist just for 1 year?
18 in a row.
Just for 1 year.
I kept my original military contract with the National Guard my whole career.
Wow.
He kept saying, like, just do it for nope, just 1 year. Everything is a retention issue. He would give out. He made his own coins. People are proud that they got a Bill Woodkey coin.
You got to take care of the little guys because guess what? You're only as good as the guys that want to follow you.
Absolutely.
And if you take care of them, guess what? When it counts, they will do their job above and beyond without even question.
I never seen a tougher guy, man. So his shoulder always popped out, but he would refuse to give the machine gun to anybody else. Right. So every road march, his shoulder keeps. How many times did your shoulder pop out?
I don't know.
He just put it right back in. I just seen this guy one time get some ice cream at a DFAC where I know we're trained.
That was
someplace.
Germany. When I knocked my front tooth, chipped it, and the nerve was there.
And so he takes his Leatherman, just pulls the nerve out of his face so he can enjoy his ice cream.
Oh my gosh.
But you guys were making fun of me because
I'm going to pause and make sure I don't make eye contact with you.
Make eye contact. I'm a nice guy. But they were making fun of me because they were having ice cream and hot coffee, and I was just sitting there, and I'm like,
exposed
jackasses. So I'm like, and then I had an ice cream bar and a hot black coffee. It was awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that was in England. In England was an amazing training. That's what Riley was talking about earlier. We did so much mount training. We did like low crawl through a tunnel underneath the city.
Sewers.
Yeah, amphibious attacks on the Isle of Wight. They gave us grenade simulators. That was a blast. And that was a fun time, and we were all over there.
Yeah, but who knew that actually got you ready for Iraq without knowing?
Well, I think Riley found out by talking to the color sergeant. I think they all knew that they were. Yeah, I think they're getting us ready. But at the end of this training, it's so funny. They have us take all of our gear up and get in formation, and we're just sweating. And we've been out there for a week, just not sleeping and doing all this training. And they're like, "All right, we're gonna let you run. We're going to give you an hour to go, and then we're going to release an hour head start, and then we're going to release the dogs. So you guys,
release the hounds.
Oh, fuck, we better get this is serious. And they're like, follow the color sergeant. So he takes off running. We're like, what? They're going to release their dogs. And the guy runs us straight to a pub and says, all right, first two are on us.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and this is out in the bush. I mean, it's unreal.
Yeah, like, what the hell is there a pub here for?
Two miles away.
Snookered us,
No, it was like a half mile. It wasn't that bad at all.
That's awesome.
But they let us think for that half mile.
You're like, the dogs, what the hell?
So what other stuff in this area, Monroe, have you seen? I mean, this is a pretty high percentage of veterans here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of them, you don't know it, like the older guys.
Yeah. So have you guys had to help out people who were in a lot of problem? I know you helped Charlie, and you got a couple other trailers, and you're helping paying the bills and such. But like, what else? I mean, have you seen?
We do the flags on veteran holidays, and we pressure wash a couple buildings for the businesses in town to help out.
So that's all
we like to do.
Veteran-owned businesses or just businesses?
They're like, hey, like Benny's Pizza when they first their upper was covered with cobwebs and they didn't have a pressure washer. And, you know, Trevor, he did a fundraiser there for us. So we're like, hey, he's like, hey, can you guys help me? Yeah, we'll do it. So we went in there when they were closed on a Monday and pressure washed.
So you guys are not just helping veterans, you're helping your entire community.
Yeah, because this is our community. We live here.
Yeah.
We all live here by choice.
And I think we all joined the military, most of us. I mean, some of us were drafted, but most of us joined the military because we wanted to help our community.
Yeah.
We don't want to fly 7,000 miles away and, you know, shoot at people we don't even know or understand. We want to help where we're living. And you guys are actually doing it.
And by doing that, you're out in the public, and then the community supports you more because they're like, oh, yeah, these guys drink beer and they're loud. But
we do stuff.
They do great work.
Yeah.
So can I jump in again? One of the biggest I'm going to anyways, because it's what I do. A big piece of this problem is this compartmentalizing and segregating of these communities. Yeah. Not only people refer to many different organizations as special interest groups. The reason why we have all this acrimony in society right now is everybody's compartmentalizing themselves. It's no longer an us thing. It's a me and a you. And again, with the veterans, I need to be a part of the community. I don't want to be separate and aside.
You are a veteran. You are a part of the community.
Yes, but I want this for all veterans instead of the guys hiding out in the corner. Oh, they're the veterans. They're not actually part of it.
Now, I want to go back to what you were saying before. You're talking about like veterans, like I'm this broken guy. You know, a lot of communities, what I've been seeing is that people see veterans, like some organizations, as a way to make money because they can get disability from them. So federal money comes into the state and stays in the local community.
It opens wallets.
But
yes, it does.
But they're betting on they're not only betting, but they're counting on the veterans' disabilities instead of their capabilities.
Exactly.
And what you guys are showing is like, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that they shouldn't have disability checks because, you know, I mean, that's if you set up that stable life for them, then they can start doing
absolutely
good in the community. But I think more communities, I mean, it has to be veteran led like you guys are doing, but more communities have to. I think veterans in other communities are an untapped resource for the most part.
It is, but we're also a very scary resource. The problem is
scary resource.
We don't do the swirly, circuitous conversations. It's bottom line up front. It's very abrasive.
Very honest. Very blunt.
Yeah, but it's abrasive. This brevity and curtness is very shocking to a lot of people. Mm-hmm. Can I just get past the bullshit and let's get to the problem at hand?
Yeah.
Here's the issue.
And I'm sure that's how you started your 3 minutes at the city council meeting.
No, I was actually, like I said, I went sweetly with my hat in my hand and please and thank you and yes sir.
No, actually, Tommy was on his best behavior.
Yeah.
Which is difficult for me, just so you know. I was a recruiter twice and I was a very successful one. So what happened to me was I got so full of being nice and sweet and in the public eye polite, have to be the sweet guy anymore. And I can just be direct and I can be aggressive about taking care of these issues.
Yeah.
But
it's the truth. And plus with Tommy, oh, look at him. He's a tattooed, angry guy that talks too much. Okay. Do you take me, clean cut, quiet guy? They don't know what hit him when we come in the door.
Yeah, I look.
Tommy gets him warmed up, and then I'm like, no, it's the truth. Can you help us? And they're like, oh, okay.
That's a great combination.
It is sort of an Abbott and Costello arrangement, but we're dynamic.
We definitely want to cross support. I mean, I want to talk about all the stuff that you guys are doing, but definitely do like if you want to do a TikTok or some social media stuff, we'd love to be a part of that.
At some point, I want to be able to do a live feed on my TikTok with my followers, and then we can do this podcast with you guys.
Oh, yeah.
And meet these two groups together because I think what you guys are doing is incredibly important. And
I'm going to try to talk you into opening up together with the Veterans chapter down here. Like I said, the VA is doing a great job with this specifically. I know they have their good and bad, but if you start a chapter and you put together and you do some of their training, they'll support you financially with training. And I think you can still do 2 in one state because we're Northwest Oregon chapter. You guys could do like a Willamette Valley chapter.
Sure, happy to do it.
Yeah. All right, I'll hook you up with Donna Marie.
Well, I don't really give a crap about the money because at this point we try to insulate the money thing because that sours a lot of people. If we're trying to make money, Even when I do the
Yeah.
TikToks, we talk crap about it, and it's not a
I would
requirement.
much rather
It's a necessary evil.
you asked for it though than some of these organizations.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I need to provide a reason why you should want to donate money to me first, instead of me coming
you're
at
buying trailers for people. You're paying off bills. You're helping out your community.
Accord me the opportunity to sell my story first.
Yeah.
See what I do. Let me prove myself, and then you can decide if you
And
want to
if you
support.
like what we're doing, then,
Exactly.
throw
All
us
right.
some
Well, next
change.
step, you guys are going to run for city council.
Hell no, we're not eligible.
You're not eligible.
No, we don't live inside the community.
We have Monroe addresses, but we're not within the town.
So yeah, we don't get to vote.
You're 2 miles away from it.
It's 3.2 miles. I'm outside of the growth boundaries. I do not live inside the city of Monroe. Most of the people that are strong enough, smart enough, and
All
driven
right, well,
enough,
I'm not going to
business
tell you guys to
owners are
start a
outside.
militia, but I'm afraid that's what's
Oh
going to
my
happen.
gosh.
it's probably already issued there. So
I've seen
Yeah.
a few guns around in here.
yeah, we have.
Well, at least he has more books than guns, and so that's a good.
There are a lot of books in here. And some
There are a lot of
fantastic dogs.
Oh yeah, my people are pretty sweet. But yeah, we have no voting privileges. We're not eligible to run for any position. They're willing to let us be on a committee, but what does that do for anybody for anything? Nothing.
Maybe expand the urban growth boundary.
I don't want it to be expanded.
You pay taxes.
Yeah, if you're going to push into my area now, NO spells nuh-uh. That's phonetic.
That's great, man. All right.
So, but let me finish closing
sure,
up.
sure.
So, yeah, we do raise funds and we try to go after a specific issue. I'm not looking for general purpose funds. If I got a guy like Charlie, we figure out a price tag that's going to cost me to get him sorted out, and I shoot for that goal.
Yeah.
And then when I get that goal met, I can spend the money, and then I try to do the show you what you spent your money on.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's the necessary
We
evil.
do have that open book policy with the
Right.
money.
That's important. Yeah.
So yeah, that's the end of the day. So instead of, and I'm terrified to do this general fund thing because a lot of people do the general fund. The one thing you can rely on my post and my people is we attack the one issue. We're bonded for $3,000 because that's all we really need at any small given time. That'll take care of a couple of bills, a couple of things. Can buy the flags for the community because we take care of Alpine, Monroe. We take care of the cemeteries. We do the flags. We do that up and downtown. We started the flags back along the streets again, and the other towns around us have started doing it again as well. So we're bringing
It's pretty
back,
awesome.
That's
we're
great.
bringing back that patriotism, and that
We want to come back down here and go over to Pete and Trudy's Dragon Vineyard.
Right.
I know this is going to be the last year for it. So
It will.
Make sure we
So you got to buy up the last of their wine
Yeah.
before it's gone.
award-winning wine.
Multiple award-winning wines.
But I know that they are on vacation now, but we will be back.
Right. And I'm going to buy more of the wine because I helped make the wine. So it's more important to me
Yeah.
as a wine drinker.
Well, we were
I
there
have
at the
pearls. I
beginning.
could be clutching them. I actually have a string of pearls so that I can clutch. So again, hey guys, thank you so much for this.
thank
yes,
you,
Yes,
we're
man.
thank you very much.
definitely interested in starting a chapter here. We have no idea how to do this. So
I
we're
know I have somebody that'll help you.
you guys.
Yeah, we need
Yeah.
help.
Yeah, we'll help. We'll definitely help out.
So not another guy. You're not doing this.
No,
to
I'm
me.
going to help you, but I know. So Donna Marie is kind of our executive director, and she's in charge of the Oregon Firearms Safety Coalition, and she knows all of the steps, and
Okay.
she'll help out. She'd
Awesome.
love to
She's
help out.
fantastic.
Well, doing the paperwork, the administrative help, sure. But as far as getting this going like the way you guys do it,
We're here. We're
I
help.
expect it from you because
Hell yeah.
if you're going to drag my ghost smelling ass into this thing, you're going to be here along the way.
And,
Oh,
and
yeah.
for our listeners, he does smell like a goat. That is true.
Really?
But I know
I
that
got clean clothes. My bibs are clean.
I know that you guys do have
Some
a
of
lot
my best friends
farm
have
work.
goats.
Well, I know you guys have a lot of farm work to do. So, do you have any last things that you guys want to talk about before we pack up?
Yes, the VFW is a 501c3 nonprofit. Most of the VFWs you're going to meet, especially mine, we have a very open book policy. So if you do consider wanting to donate or support these guys, your support does not have to mean money. We'd love the money, but you can also come jump in. Most posts would be happy to have an average civilian come and help put the flags on the cemeteries on Memorial Day, do a little bit of cleanup, put the flags back down in your downtown area. Politics be damned. We can still be patriots and we can still love our country without adding politic to it. So having said that,
Do you guys have a website?
No, we're on Facebook and we're on TikTok and we're on Instagram. And who does?
We have a website.
We have a website.
Okay, am I required? Because
No.
that's super old people stuff.
We have Facebook.
That's like saying, "Oh, I'll send you an email." That is old people stuff. People don't do that anymore.
But how
Now.
do people get in contact with you then?
Through Instagram, they message
What's
me
your
this.
Instagram page?
Post 3957 Monroe.
Okay.
So is my TikTok. It's all pretty universally the same thing.
If you put VFW Monroe, Oregon in the Google machine, you'll pop up.
Post 3957 Monroe.
I already forgot.
I
If
think
you,
he's implying we're old.
Yeah. 3957.
I feel like Bill and Riley are probably older than all of us. So yeah, that's all I care about. I'm
Well,
not the
we
oldest.
still look good, though.
We'll put links on our Facebook to all of your stuff.
Well, yeah. So you
We'll share your TikToks. I don't have a TikTok though.
So we do Whiskey Wednesdays. That is 6:30 every Wednesday night. We will sample a bottle of whiskeys and we will talk about the whiskey and some of our issues.
I watched these. You don't ever talk about the whiskey. You just bullshit.
No, we start off. We start off with the whiskey and we
It goes
discuss.
downhill quick.
It does devolve rather quickly, but we do like to talk about issues. If people want to talk, we have a lot of veterans all across the country. And in a few other foreign countries, we've had people jump in. We've got some
Awesome.
American veterans in Ireland and Germany and Australia. And a lot of guys in Texas want to drag our asses out there so we can kill pigs.
Oh, that's awesome. You should do it.
From helicopters,
Yeah.
I am super about this.
Killing pigs from helicopters.
Why not, right?
Hell yeah. What, you dropping anvils or?
No, we can bring our own firearms or they will
Or
provide
they
us their.
provide you.
Yeah.
and
You
some of
think
those-
they have that many firearms in
In
Texas?
Texas? BFFR. B for fucking real.
Oh, okay,
They
yeah.
probably have 18 to every human being
Oh, more than that for sure.
in the country.
Yeah, in the country. All right. Well, thank you, Tommy. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Burning-Churning Napalm. I think this is a great podcast. I really appreciate it.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of Together with Veterans Northwest Oregon or the Oregon Firearm Safety Coalition or the Department of Veterans Affairs. You can find us at roguecell.vet or facebook.com/groups/roguecell. If you or a loved one is experiencing thoughts of suicide, help is available. Please call 988 and press 1 for veterans. This line is answered 24/7, so there is always someone to help. And with help comes hope, and hope saves lives. The second of the 503rd Rogue Cell is produced by Brad Peitzig with support from Together with Veterans and is hosted by Sean Davis. Music provided by Michael Dean Dameron. Thank you for joining us.